In the year 897 AD, something truly unbelievable happened in Rome. Inside a grand cathedral, filled with monks and candles, a dead pope sat on a throne. Yes, a corpse, dressed in papal robes, was about to be put on trial. This was not a rumor or a legend. It really happened. And it became known as one of the strangest events in church history, the Cadaver Synod. Let's go back to how this madness began. Pope Formosus was elected in 891 AD. He was smart, ambitious, and deeply political. But he made enemies, especially a powerful Italian family called the Spoletans. Formosus sided with the German Empire and crowned their emperor, Arnulf of Carinthia. That decision angered the Spoletans, who believed the papacy should be under their control. When Formosus died in 896 AD, he might have thought his troubles were over. But he was wrong. His enemies wanted revenge, even after his death. After Formosus, a new pope named Stephen VI came to power. Stephen owed his position to the Spoletan family, and they wanted him to destroy Formosus's legacy. So Pope Stephen did something unimaginable. He decided to put his dead predecessor on trial. In January of 897 AD, the corpse of Pope Formosus was dug up from its grave. It had been buried for months and was already decaying. The body was dressed in full papal robes and placed on a throne in St. John Lateran Basilica. The trial began with all the formalities of a real court. A terrified deacon was forced to stand beside the corpse and act as its lawyer. The charges were absurd, claiming Formosus had broken church law, conspired against the Holy See, and was unworthy of being pope. Imagine the scene, a rotting body sitting on a throne while a living pope shouted accusations at it. The crowd of priests and monks could barely believe what they were seeing. This was not justice, it was humiliation, a public act of hatred. Of course, the verdict was already decided. The dead pope was found guilty. All his acts and ordinations were declared invalid. Then Pope Stephen ordered that the corpse be stripped of its robes. The 3 fingers that Formosus had once used to bless people were cut off, and finally the body was dragged through the streets and thrown into the river Tiber. The people of Rome were horrified. Even those who disliked Formosus thought the trial was insane. Soon rumors spread that the corpse had floated back to the surface and that miracles were happening where it washed ashore. The people believed this was a sign of divine anger. Not long after, a rebellion broke out in Rome. Pope Stephen VI was captured, thrown into prison, and later strangled to death. A fitting end for a man who had put a corpse on trial. After his death, the church tried to repair the damage. Pope Theodore II, who ruled for only 20 days, reversed the Cadaver Synod's decision and had Formosus reburied with honor. A later pope, John IX, went further. He banned any future trials of the dead and officially erased the Cadaver Synod from church records. But even that didn't stop the chaos. Years later, another pope named Sergius III came to power. He had been part of the original Cadaver Synod as a bishop. And when he became pope, he once again declared Formosus guilty. Even in death, the poor man could not escape his enemies. The Cadaver Synod remains one of the darkest and most bizarre episodes in the history of the papacy. It shows how political and ruthless the church had become during the Middle Ages. Popes were not just spiritual leaders, they were political figures fighting for control, and sometimes even the dead could be dragged into their battles. But ironically, the attempt to destroy Formosus's reputation made him famous forever. The trial that was supposed to erase him from history made his name unforgettable. It's a reminder of how far people will go when driven by revenge and power. A pope once stood in a cathedral and screamed accusations at a corpse, and history has never forgotten it. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more strange and powerful stories from history. Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow our journey through history, unknown.